Thank you for tuning into Next Up TV Facebook Live. This is New Talk, and I'm here with the new ladies. What's up?
Hello.
I'm your host, Miss Faye, and tonight we're talking about why don't we support Black businesses. Moya.
Hey guys, my name is Moya. The reason why a lot of us, I feel, do not support Black businesses is because of how they approach the community with their business, number one. And number two, it's just like self-confidence, I feel like. You know, a lot of us feel either jealous about the person coming up or feel like, okay, so why you're in that position, why I can't be in the position. So there's a lot of reason why we don't support the businesses.
Yeah.
So.
What about you, Ashley?
Yeah, I agree. There's several reasons, and I think the reasons differ from person to person based on experience and all of those things. But there's a saying that says Black people most specifically are like crabs in a barrel, and I think that it proves itself to be true in many situations, especially when it comes to support for a business, because it's like at some level and for some insane reason we really don't want to see other people doing better than us, and I think it's a problem. And even if the person isn't necessarily doing better than us, just the fact that they're doing good, it's something like you can't add to that. So either you try to hurt us. I don't really know. I don't think you can pinpoint why we don't support each other, but I think most of the reason is because something internally doesn't want us to feel like another person is passing us. And if you have a deep-rooted love for yourself, then that feeling doesn't come about, and support is easy to give out. So,
what do you think, Anna?
I think that a lot of it has to do with that whole unconscious bias. As you grow up, a lot of the times, if you think about it, because in a Black community, a Black neighborhood, things tend to be cheaper. So that's where mainly a lot up-and-coming business owner may open a shop. However, a lot of people, they avoid the Black neighborhoods, the African-American communities. And then even just, I know a lot of people, and I know a lot of y'all have done it, where y'all would prefer to go to, even if it's like a McDonald's, even from the small business to a big franchise, y'all would prefer to go to one in a white neighborhood,
yeah.
Because they're not going to answer as in y'all head. They're not going to be like, all right, are you done? Is that, so a lot of the times you don't want to deal with that, so you prefer to just say, you know what, let me go this route, go to my fairer complexion folks, and you end up not supporting your own people in your own neighborhood.
Yeah. What about you, Nisha?
Well, how I feel is that with like Black people, it's like we put ourselves in a group. And if you mess up, then I'm not going to mess with your Black business anymore. I'm going to go to Amanda's business. You understand what I'm saying? But if Amanda messes up, I'm still going to go with the white business, but I'm not going to come back to my own. And that's where we mess up at. We don't come back, even though one person messed up, that's it for everybody. We shouldn't put our culture in a group. We should be as individuals as we put as other races as individuals as well.
Can I add to that?
Of course.
I think I agree with everything that you said, and I think that for some reason it's like we're programmed to think that the white business or even the color white or is just better.
Yeah.
Even if it may not be like, why would we prefer to get an Asian to do our nails and a Black girl? And Black girls can do nails and just as talented. Just for some reason, something that's, I don't know what it is in our subconscious. Even me, like I'm guilty of it. Like I'm gonna go to the good Whole Foods instead of Publix.
Yeah.
Because that's what, and it's not really. It's the same thing. Apples and oranges because Publix. It's really the same thing at the end of the day. But it's just like we get this kind of. I don't know. I think it's like a subconscious. It's something within us that makes us feel more comfortable, safe.
I guess the customer service too. How us African American approach. Say for instance, you go to, as you were saying, a McDonald's, and you go into the window and it's the African American person there. They was like, "Hello, can I take your order?" But if you go to another place and it's the Caucasian people, they're like, "Oh, hey, how are you? Just tell me when you're ready." So it's how you approach the people as well.
True, but we need to get out of that mentality as not every Black person speaks. Well, how you doing? Like not. We don't all speak like that. We need to get out of that.
Most people think like that.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not everybody, because like I have my little side, but I know how to approach people. You approach someone and how the group that you're around. You don't
professional.
You don't go to work being like, "Hey, what's up?" You go to work being like, "Oh, hey, good morning."
And that's with other races, and that's with other cultures as well. But it's just like it's so different with the black community because that's all you see with
Yeah,
media. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? It's just like media is just making
pushing it out.
looking like as black people speak ignorant or they don't really know anything. But you can have a white friend. She can speak just like you.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I know
But
that.
she's more intelligent than you for some reason.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
It's
It's
the
just
same,
in the mindset.
same narrative.
Yeah.
yes, just media control.
I know media does play a big part of this,
Oh, yeah.
but I think all of us experienced something at a McDonald's. I
Yeah.
know at a Winn-Dixie, because I know there's a Winn-Dixie not too far from here that we call Dirty Dixie.
Yeah.
We even
I call it
titles-
Ghetto Dixie.
or Ghetto Dixie,
I know.
or Club Walmart. So we're putting
yeah.
these titles
On
to
these
these
stuff,
places
yeah.
in these locations. Is it because your experience there, or how people are treating you there? Why do we do that?
The experience and when you
I'm not gonna. It's experience. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Was it
Anna.
when no, we had went to get some stuff for our upcoming Vision and Emboss that y'all missed, but we'll have another one. And I remember it was like maybe about 10 o'clock. We were walking through and we wanted to know about a paint. And there was a young man, he was walking by. So Zania goes and asks him, hey, you know, what is do you have this particular paint? He was like, I ain't on the clock yet. I can't help you. And he walked off. And I was just like, oh, Lord. I was like, and immediately in my head, I was like, this is why I don't come here. And it was just that reaction. I mean, that same particular store, I went there again.
Right.
And lo and behold, the girl, she messed up and she kept scanning when we asked her to stop. So when we asked her to fix it, she was like, she's tapping and throwing the stuff in the bag. And, you know, those experiences, now given these are a big corporate, but it's like a lot of the times us as a small business owner, keeping in mind the biases and the way people tend to see certain things, you have the hand, or what is it? You hold the torch to see which way you're gonna light your business. You know, what
Right.
path you're gonna take it. Even as far as the marketing, you know, when you think of how you're gonna promote your business, even when you want to do it, it's like, okay, what particular look am I going for? Do I want to keep it classy, or however you know, you may want to do that, but
Yeah.
Okay, well, you know what? Before we move on, there's a lot of Winn-Dixie's,
Yeah.
Publix, McDonald's, but I think in certain neighborhoods they take their time when they're hiring people.
True.
Because I know for sure if you bring in a certain person that's speaking or acting a certain way, you know from the interview.
Yeah.
So some companies play a big part on who they hire from depending on the neighborhood.
Yeah, demographics.
The
Exactly,
demographics.
yeah.
So I think if we teach people, if you act this way, black, white, or whatever, you will not get a job. But if they feel like I can go to McDonald's
And get it.
and on 6 Trunk and get a job, I'm good.
Yeah.
keep the standard.
Keep
You
Yeah,
know,
they
like
that.
they need to keep it up. Then more people understand like the way I speak or the way I do things or how I catch attitudes is not going to work.
Right.
But if they can still find a job in a certain area, how
They'll
are
keep
they
it.
going to learn to change? You know.
Yeah. We're gonna just keep going up and going up like that.
We have a whole bunch of things we want to talk about. So feel free to comment below if you have any questions. We're here to answer all your questions. When it comes to black business, how important it is to like marketing and promotion, like how to brand your business.
It's
Anna.
really
Branding is everything.
Yeah.
Branding is, you know, even from like I know I have my sister. She's a small business owner, and I have these conversations with her, and we sit down and talk because, you know, we look at these. What is it? Just a small Instagram video, 30-second promoting your business. You know, that can put you through the roof really quick. It just takes the right site to repost it, and it's like. But you need the right visuals, which means investing in the right audiovisual person, the photographer, the models, the everything to make the whole package. And we've seen these people, and a lot of y'all have seen it. You go to somebody's page that's an up-and-coming makeup artist. I know a makeup artist, within a year, her page went from just 300 something followers to now in the thousands. She's about to reach 10,000, strictly off of just her keeping a very particular look and brand that she wants to keep for herself, and just putting out videos and then keeping a standard of the quality of people that she decides to work with and the type of work she wants to do. And it just shows that if you take the time, brand yourself, stay consistent with it, as a small business, you can make it happen.
Right.
Okay, Moya. I know earlier
Yeah.
you were talking about investing in your brand, in your company. How important is that?
It is really, that's a big thing because that's how people will actually take you serious, as in how you take your business serious.
Right.
And if you don't take your business serious, people is going to look at you like, well, you're not taking it serious, so why should I go out and even waste my money or waste my time investing in you if you're not taking yourself serious? So it is a big thing.
Misha, you look like you have something to add.
Oh no, I really wanted to add to what she was saying, but totally forgot. Oh no, I'm joking. No. What I really wanted to say was, she was like, be persistent, and I was like, yeah, that's right. But also, she knew herself. You know what I'm saying? And that's where a lot of us, I guess, with like black businesses, we get distracted because it's like we have a vision, but then again, when we see somebody else's, it just looks go up, and and we start to veer off our own path, and it's like, damn, I want to be like that person. But no, be true to yourself, be true to your brand that you made up yourself, because that person did the same thing, so you can go as far or beyond as them. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing that we really need to focus on too.
Regarding the investing in yourself, a lot of the times, and there's a lot of what do you call those conferences, conventions that occur where they have the people that you can market with. I've seen where I think there's one particular company, I think it's Successful Networking or something like that. They do these pop-up network events where you go and you can network, and it's other, small businesses, African American small businesses, and you can learn, okay, well, how are you doing your business here? What are you doing for this? Your accounting. I mean, all of that stuff you learn and by taking the time and paying the $10, $15, $20, $30, $40 to go to a conference, network, and see what are the new technologies, the new ways of doing business. I mean, I know when I went to go do this catering order, the guy literally wrote the price. I ended up having to do the taxes for him and wrote the price on a piece of paper. Wow. I mean, all about that experience was just like, as a business, you need to do better.
Yeah.
That's true. I know I was talking to you earlier about what is the difference between hookup and supporting, but before I let you say anything, Anna, Ashley, what do you think about that? Hookup versus supporting.
What do you mean hookup?
Can I get it for
free? Like the hookup and support. I mean, I guess the difference between like if a hookup is free, like something I'm just, it's not necessarily free if it's equally beneficial. Like I'll get something, you'll get something, we'll exchange that way. So I'm gonna give you the hookup, you give me the hookup. And then support, meaning actually spend money for the ticket, actually buy the product, actually repost my flyer, or stuff like that. So I guess that's the difference between the two. I mean, both of them are a form of support, and both of them are okay.
I don't agree with hookup all the time.
All the time, right? You got to have your limits and what you're okay with. But I do think that both of them can be, beneficial.
Right.
Hook up every now and then.
What do you think about that, Anna?
I think the hookup is what tends to mess up a lot of small businesses, especially in the African American community, because if you're a business, so if I open up a shop, for example, I grew up in Miami Gardens, 183rd and 7th Avenue, that whole little area. So if I want to open up a business there's so many people I grew up with that are in that area. So of course, as I'm starting up, they're like, oh, can I get a discount? Or, let me try a little bit of whatever it is that you're selling. Right. And then I'll think about investing. And I think that's where we fail our people, just to try to support them, because instead of saying, you know what, let me give you the $10 for this, let me try it out and then share it, because then now, not only if you enjoy it and you like it, you know you invested in a good product. And if I'm supposed to be your homegirl, your friend, your buddy at that moment, still support me either way. And I think that's what messes up a lot of, and we see it even from music artists, when they're coming up, photographers, I mean everybody, but in your own community, you got Ray that y'all was in 7th grade together. He's like, oh, you got a business? What you selling? What can I get let me get a sample. And it's like, I think we need to do less of that and more of, let me go ahead and take a business card, or say, hey, look, what's your Instagram? Let me repost about your business. Those are the even small things that do not require a financial, anything out of your pocket. And I think that's what we need to do more of.
Right. I agree that hookups sometimes can be a downfall, but what I was trying to say is that a beneficial hookup, meaning you own a business, I own a business, you need food, so you're gonna get it from me.
Exchange.
You know, an
Business
exchange.
exchange,
That
yeah.
could be a hookup, but not you should just be, you know, freeloading, and I should just be, you know, I'm losing,
Giving
I'm
free stuff, yeah.
suffering in my business because I'm giving out. But no, like when we can do it equal, I'm gonna help you and you're gonna help me. You're gonna bring me customers. I'm gonna, you know, cater it.
Partnership.
Right.
Those type of things. If it's a true like hookup, we're both gonna benefit from them. Those are okay, but we do need to really like hard down support
I have a
each
point to
other.
put on that because you know I put my book out in last year, and right as I put my book out, everybody was like, "Oh my God, you put a book out!"
Mhm.
Everybody was like, "You put a book out and everything," but then they hit me up in my email. Oh, where my book at? I pay money to publish my book. I pay money to get all my stuff together. So why am I gonna spend money on myself, invest in myself, and my homegirl or my homeboy or a family member that keeps sending me messages, oh, where's my free book? No, I want you to go out and support my business because
And
that
you
is
have to
something that I'm
support,
building
yeah.
myself. So I'm not gonna give out free stuff when I'm just coming up.
Exactly.
That made no sense to me. So
Right.
yeah.
Well, a lot of problems with small businesses is the hookups.
True.
They end up closing down or not
Right.
being able to sustain their business because they're giving out so many hookups. Especially depends on where you're, like if you open it in your neighborhood and you want to support and you want to be that home
Right.
restaurant
Yeah.
that everybody in the neighborhood goes to, but you're feeding everybody for free. So your restaurant is not going to last.
Yeah,
You're
they're
gonna
not
fail.
everything.
You're
You're like-
definitely going to fail if you're doing it.
So-
yeah.
Yes, okay, I can understand everybody want hookups. I know we all want hookups.
Yes.
Sometimes. Like, I'm just being honest.
But if you want something to the table,
support.
you should bring something. So
Yeah,
if you
bring
want to
something
hook
to
up
the
from me,
table.
you need to let me know what am I going to be getting hooked up from you. Unless you will fail, you can't just be giving out. That's common sense.
Yeah.
But if you can give me and I can give you, then we can work together and
And
we're
work on
building
it
together.
together.
And I always have you in my back pocket as my caterer, my stylist, my slash. And not every single time we work together has to be a hookup.
Yeah.
But that's how I can, I guess, test it out or
Build.
build. But it has to be equal. I don't think you should just be doing hookups that's my homegirl, no, like I did a hookup with this person because they own a camera crew or they, this and that. Like
Yeah.
make your moves beneficial. You have to think like a business-minded person and you have to make moves, for what's
pieces.
yeah, what's
like
best
chess,
for
play
you
chess.
and your business. So if you have the money and the resources to give out hookups all day, go ahead. If you think it's gonna get you there,
Send me a message.
right? If you
I
think
know.
it's gonna get you there, right?
Let's talk about what we're teaching our children at home about business. Are we teaching them more about going to school, getting education, or are we throwing in there, hey, would you like to open up your own business one day?
School and
School.
education. That's what it's basically on. I was raised up in a family that's like it's either you have to go to school and you have to get your education.
That's
Like,
how I was raised.
Yeah.
Go to school, get an
That's
education,
it.
get a job.
Because
Try to
within
do
my
their own
family,
thing to
like
make it.
nobody has their own established business, so there's nothing that like my mom or my dad could have really based
On
on like like or give me an example because they
Yeah.
didn't even have an example.
Right.
They
Right.
I know they had like ambitions and dreams and stuff like that, but they didn't voice that to me. What they
Right.
voiced
Right.
was
Go to school.
education,
Mhm.
and the
Get
reason
doctors,
why
get
they
Moya.
did that is because of where they were coming from.
Yeah.
Jamaica countryside, you understand what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
right.
Low education, So when they come to America and they had me, so it's just like, yo, if we have the if we have the what's the word, guys? If we have the opportunity to send my daughter to a good school and her to get a full education, then that's great. But with me, I wasn't in my head. That's not what I wanted. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? What I wanted to do is what I'm doing now. You know what I'm saying? I want to be talking about different topics. I want to talk about art. I want to talk about hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Like education, you can't get that from school. Really, you have to get that from loving what you love to do. You know what I'm
Life
saying? So
experience.
I think with parents, it's like they need to start more investing in their children. Like if you want them to really be established, then show them something. Show them like, all right, if you don't own a business, then link up with the restaurant. Call up the owner or a small little restaurant. Call up the owner and be like, yo, my child wants to be a restaurant owner. Let them see how that restaurant owner works the business. You know what I'm saying? Or anything like that, like a banker. Invest in them young so they can realize like there's other opportunities that I have, even if it's 6 years old. You know what I'm saying? Kids nowadays are not stupid at all. They definitely learn quick and early.
Right.
So right now I'm still like even though it's kind of late in the game for me.
Never late.
It's never late. It's never late. But it's like I wish I knew what I wanted to do like back in the day instead of now being 26. You know what I'm saying? Like if I feel like if my parents were more involved with me and got in my head more, then definitely things would have moved quickly. But it's
Found yourself.
yeah, I had to find myself. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
What do you think, Anna?
As a mom, I'm one of those parents that I feel that you have to at some point in time expose your child in order for them to figure out what they want to do. My daughter, she's exposed to a lot of business owners, just different things that I do. She comes with me to work. She sees what my boss does. So her perspectives in her mind, she's seen different spectrums from entertainment, from corporate, from volunteer. And, you know, currently her ambitions are to be some of everything, astronaut, a veterinarian, she want to be an MUA. I mean, but you know what? I love it because that means, okay, her mind is thinking. She's not just set on one thing. She's not set on one thing that she's seen just on TV. She's set on things that she's seen by experience and that she's been exposed to. You know, and I think a lot of the times, I think we should teach our kids entrepreneurship. Point simple and blank. You know, even teach them the basic financial skills, because in this day and age, we are in the age of entrepreneurship. Period. I don't care if you look around. There's so many little businesses
in the
that
country.
like that's popping up.
We live in America.
And I think with, you know, we don't know what's going to happen with in the future with school, with college. You know, but if you look at how many business owners, multimillionaires, actually didn't get a degree.
College,
Probably why I'm a rebel right now. But you know, but it shows that, you know, if you take the time, invest in yourself. If you promote yourself, you work hard towards it, you can do whatever it is you want to do. And I think, though, that's what we need to teach our kids, because our generation, they're smart. These up-and-coming kids are so smart. However, they're also very spoiled. They don't understand what it is to get up and work towards something, you know. So they're anticipating and expecting that, oh, when I turn 18, boom, I'm going to get a car, I'm going to have the house, you know, not realizing. So I think we need to make sure that we expose our kids, and I think that's one of the issues is we try to shelter our kids from the heartache, unfortunately, that and the hard work that goes through opening a business. Some kids see it; they see their parents 9 to 5, or you know, whatever time it is, those 12-hour shifts trying to run a business, you know. And I don't think you should hide that from your child, because it pushes them and it shows them what the work really, you know, what it really takes to get your dream and get what you want.
All right, everybody, thank you for tuning in. Before we say goodbye, I need everybody to share your Instagram pages, please.
Oh, my Instagram is MEIS_MEI.
My Instagram is actually no, just kidding. At Lovely Model Anna. One N on Anna.
My Instagram is _is_radiant. IS radiant.
Nice. Well, my Instagram is Moya Morgan 3, which is MOYA Morgan 3. Easy.
All right, please follow us on Instagram, New Ladies Group. We will be going live every Sunday at 7 p.m. on our Facebook page. Stay tuned. We do have a YouTube channel that will be popping really soon. Woo woo! And please remember, Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, we didn't talk about Thanksgiving.
Turkey
Anna,
I was tired of eating turkey. I can tell you what I did with my turkey. I just finished. By the way, this is a little tip. If you don't know what else to do with the turkey, the leftovers that's sitting there, get a little food processor, put it in there, and then you make ground turkey. Just saying. I just did it.
Okay.
With some zucchini and some rice. But I cooked. We ate. I played video games all day. Oh my gosh, it was perfect.
She had so much fun on Thanksgiving.
Misha, what did we do for Thanksgiving?
We helped the homeless.
Yeah,
That
give
was
back.
dope. I love
Give
that.
back.
She was there. She was
I
there
was
too.
there.
She was there as well, yeah.
Anybody else want to
awesome.
share their Thanksgiving?
I just went to Boca and enjoy a wonderful evening with my sister and her family. And be crazy family.
Well, we ate turkey and we fed the homeless.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Please don't forget to share this Facebook video. We have so many things in store for you. We do have a fashion show coming up.
Yeah.
I would love for
Model
you
call.
to share a little bit about that show.
The fashion show. The name of the fashion show is The Influence, and we have our flyers posted for our model casting call right now. The casting dates are December 17 and 18. So make sure you guys catch that, and just stay on the lookout for all the rest of the details.
Great
It's really
stuff
exciting.
All right, you heard it here first. Pow!
Pow.
So, yeah, you cute.